Yo, it's my birthday. I'm 24 years old today, June 3rd. To all my fellow June babies, happy birthday. My girlfriend of 2 years, the lovely Ariana, I've been friends with her for 4 years now, imagine that. She spoiled me, and she actually booked us a room overnight in the nicest hotel on the island. We are on Block Island. It's an island 13 miles offshore of Rhode Island. So if you ever come to Rhode Island, I recommend you go there. You got to take a Block Island ferry to get there. It's an awesome time. There's beautiful beaches here, a lot of amazing restaurants, bars. We get mopeds every time we come here and cruise on the island. It's such a nice place. It's really the closest thing you're going to get to a tropical island in this area anyway. Next step up would be Martha's Vineyard. Look at this shower right here. That is incredible. It's just quite impressive. Really nice place. Obviously, we came here for the island though, so we're gonna go out. We're gonna get mopeds. We're gonna hit the beaches. We can actually tan right out here. Gonna have some fun this week. So, obviously, I'm not gonna bother filming and vlogging. Take a little break from the camera, but I wanted to show you guys what I did on my B-day. I'm working on my housewife skills here, trying to iron out my clothes because they're wrinkled AF. Before we begin our activities.
Yay.
Look at that, all pink everything.
Oh, yeah.
First thing in the morning, I haven't even eaten yet. I got an email from Craig over at Isotory. And Craig sent over the screenshot of a recent video thumbnail that I have, where it's basically me locking out like 3:35. I think it's the screenshot thumbnail of my video, my last workout from last week. Anyway, he asked if I had like a high resolution photo of that, which I don't. But I guess they're putting together this big article, this big thing, mostly featuring CT Fletcher, so CT's going to be sharing it around. And it was pretty cool of them because they said that they had a backup photo, just like a generic fitness model photo holding a bench there. I don't know what the article's on. I think it's going to be on benching in general. But they wanted to use me, obviously because A, I'm a nice story athlete as well as CT, but B, to get me some extra exposure, which I thought was very, very thoughtful of them. It was nice of them. I told them I didn't have any, but I said I could try and take one today. I have to get it to them by today, so just woke up, came downstairs, haven't even eaten, and I'm just going to set up a weight that I can do. I'm not going to actually bench it. I'm just going to get a still photo with this camera, which will be plenty high resolution enough for them. So it's kind of funny. I don't even remember where my height is here.
Isn't it marked?
It's marked on that side.
Oh, you have to take it more forward?
I think it's right there. Cause I usually do them back there, but for the sake, I'm going to do it in front of this rack right now.
What's BPS?
That's the safety bars.
Oh.
So I'm going to keep it right there. Yeah, for the sake of the photo, just so the rack's not covering me, I'm going to do it out here in front of the rack.
That makes sense.
You don't have to warm up for this, because I'm just going to unrack it, but even something like unracking, that motion alone with heavy weight, that can be dangerous to like your joints, your rotator cuff, little things. So, even just unracking, we're going to warm up just a little bit. So we're going to cut the video now, switch over to the camera setting and get a picture with this and maybe like 3:35, nothing crazy. And get them their photo. I like the angle with the calves in it. So I have a couple of cool new things in the mail here. This package is from Alpha. I don't know what this one is, but it's rubber band together, so I don't know if it's from Alpha as well. Doesn't say it is. So Knievel sent me this new speaker here. I think I'm going to do a giveaway for it on Twitter. But Knievel's a badass company. The headphones I use, those Bluetooth, they're Knievel. Super stoked to actually be in contact with Knievel because they're one of the coolest companies. I have one of these little hamburger speakers by them already. When I do dishes or when I take a shower, I plug my phone into it. It's amazing. So you have a good solid speaker here. You have the option of an auxiliary cord, or you can connect it just to Bluetooth. It's your option. So these things are awesome. I'll probably do a giveaway on Twitter with that. Alpha Clothing hooked it up with some new Alpha threads. Some new colors I haven't had before. Black and gold series. More of the maroon. I love it. So that's pretty cool. I think I'm going to do a giveaway with some of these Alpha shirts as well. The website for Alpha is in the info box below. And last but not least, this is one of the coolest packages. I'm excited to try this out. New Age Performance. You guys might recognize this because, I got a shirt too, because Furious Pete uses this all the time. The New Age Performance mouthpiece for training. I had tried one of these at an expo one time, and they felt really good. And then I saw a few lifters at my last meet using mouthpieces. And then I saw Furious Pete post about how he uses a mouthpiece too. And they're supposed to be good for a number of reasons. Like one, obviously they protect your teeth so you aren't grinding or anything like that. Supports like the jaw angle and everything. Obviously I don't think they're gonna be like something magical you put it in something you can squat 20 more pounds, but they're just supposed to feel good when training with. So that's New Age Performance mouthpiece. Again, I saw it on Furious Pete's Instagram, and then I wanted to try it out for myself. So to make these molds work, you boil some water, pour that water into a bowl, stick your mouthpiece in it for 50 seconds. At 50 seconds, you remove it, let it cool off for a second or two, then chomp down on it. Hold your teeth in place with your tongue sticking just through your teeth. That's how you know you have the correct spacing. Then you stick it into a bowl of cold water for 5 seconds, and boom, it is custom molded to your bite. So, first major change I'm making in my squats is trying to remain more upright, and that means having instead of sitting so much back, sitting back like you do on a low bar, but then bringing your butt down, the way Ed Cohen talks about it. What I've been doing is just bringing it completely back, instead of no ankle mobility. And so it basically keeps my shins 100% 90 degrees, I fall back. Problem is, when I stand up with the angle of my legs, it's mimicking exactly a leg extension, but with the weight of squats. So that's why the patellar band has been there in the past. Also, that's just not going to allow me to lift optimal weights because I'm bending over too much. So what I'm working on is, as I better my ankle mobility, opening up the taint, as Ed Cohen says, sitting back and then dropping down, and as you do so, you bring your knees forward just a little bit. Jeremy Hamilton is a great example of this. And in doing so, I'm going to keep my torso more upright, and I'm going to drive from my hips and legs a lot better, rather than trying to do it in the morning in a leg extension. But it's very weird and hard for me to get used to, so I'm practicing a lot with the bar right now. So old form is this, with my legs straight, sitting back into it, legs are like 90 degrees, especially when I get heavy weight on there. Now I'm twisting my feet out a little bit so I can follow my knee with my toes better. A little more upright. And it's new to me, it's a little awkward, and I can feel the lack of ankle mobility kicking in. So it's going to be a mixture of bettering my ankle mobility as I go, and just getting used to it. Right now, I might be a little bit lower back rounding, but I think as we improve, it'll become a lot better. And the other thing I'm going to improve on is controlling my descent on squats a lot more. Because I kind of dive bomb into the hole, so I'm working on controlling that better. So today is Friday, June 5th. It is the Friday after my powerlifting meet. It's been about 5 days since I've hit any weights. I've been deloading. So this is my transition workout, basically getting my body back into the gym again before I begin my real programming by Josh Hancock this coming Monday. So I've learned a lot over this past meet, and I'm ready to apply it. So this new squatting stance was a little awkward these first 2 sets here. As you can see, it's kind of ugly, kind of goofy looking. It took me a couple of sets to really get the hang of turning it into one fluid motion. But by the 3rd set, I finally got it. So these first 2 sets with 235 are a little awkward. And then I put one more plate on each side, kicking it up to 325 pounds, because remember the bar is 55 pounds. And I just practiced some controlled reps, even some pause reps with this technique, and it really started feeling good towards the end of it. And after it, I did it with some body weight, and it felt really good by the end of it. So what you see here is my knees are coming forward more. My toes are tilted out more, which is going to allow for better glute activation, potentially. You know, everybody's different, of course. But when my knees come forward like that, that means my hips come forward. And when my hips are more forward, that means they're over my feet more. Now, they're not going to be directly over my feet like a high bar squat, of course, but they're closer to over my feet. And when that happens, I don't have to lean my upper body so far forward
to get the bar over the center of my feet anymore. So my torso can stay right where it is. And that's going to add a lot of stability to my torso. It's going to allow my hips and my legs to stay under my body more. Of course, a low bar squat requires you to sit backwards. Of course, it's not a high bar squat, but it's not so dramatically far back that I'm turning it into a good morning, and it feels really good. I'm excited for this.
The last two there, I try to do it with a more normal speed, just see if I can practice the descent. Hardest thing for me is gonna find that happy medium of being able to control the descent and still make it fast enough to get a stretch reflex. So it's something I have to practice a lot.
Moving on to the bench press portion of this workout, I kept it really light, short, and sweet. Remember, this is not a real workout. It's just a transitional workout to get my body back into the gym again after a long deload week after my meet. So, to give my outer chest and delt region a break, since it gets smashed with my wide grip for normal benching, it was still a little tight and a little sore for my meat. I switched to a close grip and I threw in spoto pressing. Spoto pressing, by Eric Spoto, is when you suspend the bar just above your chest at the bottom of a rep. You don't actually let it touch your chest. And this makes it harder because when you touch your chest, the bar actually gets to rest on your chest and it takes a portion of the load off of your hands. So by spoto pressing, you have to put 100% effort into supporting that weight at the bottom of the rep. It's a lot harder. So when you go to a meet and you have to really let it touch your chest, it's going to be that much easier to push back off of your chest. It also prevents you from sinking the bar into your chest. The ref is going to wait until that sinking stops to give you the commands, so sinking the bar actually makes your command time that much longer.
So for deadlifts, the main thing I have to work on is just staying tighter on top of my lockout. Obviously my lockout is so weak. All my attempts on my meet were like fast up to here and then just, so I got to get my lockout going well. But besides that, a way to stay tighter is a cue I've been working on very recently. Obviously, we breathe into our stomach. I've been trying to exercise that forever, but I haven't been doing it optimally, and I didn't even realize it. This whole time, I've been breathing in and breathing air into my stomach, but just as if it was a big inhale, and then I go to pull. Now I breathe in, and I literally hold my breath, but the way I do it, I take a huge breath. Focus on the breath first. Don't focus on holding it. Focus on the breath. And as you hold it, you want to punch your stomach down into your crotch. Literally like you're about to dunk your head under water. And then dive in. And you'll feel the difference. You go, it really punches your stomach out as if you're about to take a punch. And the difference is amazing. Some tightness, it almost forces you upright. So here's how I used to do it, just breathing in. And then breathing into my stomach the new way. It's without even having to try and just shoot you up so much faster. So that way will keep me tighter, and I'm gonna keep practicing that. I also forgot my Honda shoes today, so we're in socks. It's Dan.
It's Dan.
What's up, Dan?
Hey!
Hey! We're going to Chipotle. Where you going?
Nice.
Boy. Where are we?
We're at Chipotle.
And what are we gonna eat?
Bowls. Chipotle.
And why are we gonna eat bowls?
To be lean.
I mean, that's good enough. I was just kind of like...
Saying because we're at Chipotle.
Yeah, I was just trying to make a cheer for it. Who are we? Knights. And what are we gonna do? When?
You know, actually, like in cheerleading, they don't do those anymore. But that's okay. Good try.
They did back when I was cheerleading.